Hey y'all, I am back and I have more of your paranormal stories that I'm super nervous to read today. I really want to hop right into this because I found a story. It's super short, but I read it and I need to share it with you guys. I also have some rambling I want to do at the end of the video, so if you want to stay for the rambles, you can stay for the rambles, but we're gonna hop right in. This first story says, Crazy 911 Call. This is not my personal story, but one of my friends. I'll call her B. So we were texting back and forth about her job, and she works as an emergency responder / emergency dispatcher. She texted me this while I was at the store, and when I got home and read it, I was horrified. And then this is in quotes. We're all creeped out because we took a very crazy call. Like this lady was crazy. Possibly possessed vibes, like legitimately possessed. She kept saying her phone number was 666 and there was a young, dead child in a circle on the floor. When asked what happened to the child, she said she pleads the fifth and doesn't want to say anymore. Then she said the child was barely breathing and bleeding from the head. Then, because it was a pediatric cardiac arrest, we sent everyone. Police, fire, EMS, supervisors, literally everyone, and she's just psychotic. There's no child. She's laughing all crazy and covered in her own blood from attempting to bite her fingers off. I'm so creeped out and I have goosebumps all over me. That's the whole story. That's the whole story. I read that and I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I don't know why. I just had to share that with you. It's not even necessarily like paranormal other than like, I mean, she might be possessed, but I just had to read it. But this next story says, I think they followed us home, part 1, and I have both parts. Hi Courtney, my name is Bree, and I wanted to tell you the story of the scariest paranormal experience I have ever had. I'm still terrified by it. I wanted to start out with a small but sad story from my childhood because it kind of applies to the larger story. This is probably going to be long, so I'll divide it into 2 parts. Trigger warning, child death, not going to put any details, just a general overview of the situation, suicide, and Alzheimer's. When I was around 2 or 3 years old in the late 1980s, I had my first paranormal experience and it's one of my earliest memories. A few months before, one of my older sisters died in a car accident in front of our house. My mom was also injured in the same accident. I think at this time my mom was still in the hospital, so it was just me, my dad, and my other sister in the house. I remember waking up in the middle of the night and seeing my dead sister in my room. She was surrounded by a gold light. She said goodbye to me and disappeared. It was actually a very good and comforting experience. Now let's fast forward to the 2010s. I'd been married for about 5 to 6 years at this point, and my husband and I had our own apartment. I get a call one day from my grandma in another state and she asks if we could come visit. My grandpa had Alzheimer's and was getting to the point that he didn't remember people's names, but he still knew people's faces. She wanted us to come see him before he didn't remember us anymore. We planned to come for a week and we were going to stay at their house. We drive up there and make ourselves at home. Their house was set up like a normal ranch-style house with a garage, kitchen, and living room at one side and 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and master suite at the other side, all connected by a hallway. We were going to be staying in the bedroom at the very end of the hallway next to the main bathroom. The paranormal experiences started the first night. Every time you went into the bathroom, it felt like someone was watching you. You could just feel eyes on you. The same feeling persisted into the hallway. I thought nothing really of it since it was an unfamiliar house. We decided to go to bed, and that's when the nightmares started. I would see a woman standing in the corner of the room, smiling, with a horrible grin on her face, and she would disappear into the closet. It had no door, where she would proceed to hang herself. I would then wake up and see a shadow moving in the room, and it would disappear. This happened about 5 to 6 times throughout the night. I eventually woke up my husband and told him to switch places with me and turn on the closet light because I was scared. After that, the nightmare changed. The lady no longer was standing in the corner, but inside the closet with the same creepy smile. She would turn the closet light off. I would wake up after like before and the closet light would be off. This repeated again until I couldn't do it anymore and got up at like 5 a.m. I got up and my grandma was awake, so I had some coffee and breakfast with her. She asked me how I slept and I told her about the nightmares. She then proceeded to tell me that she had seen 6 or 7 ghosts throughout her house. She described the lady I saw, a man, a little girl, and a few more I can't remember. The man and girl ghosts will come into play in part 2. During the day, I hung out with my sister and my nephew, and my sister told me that my nephew refused to go into the bathroom by himself and that he had seen the same lady in the bedroom. He would no longer go in there. That night, I stayed up with my grandma and my husband in the living room. She offered us her room since I was scared, and she sent my grandpa to sleep in our room. He went in there for about an hour and then came running out screaming that someone had told him to get out. He refused to sleep in there, so he went back to sleep in the master bedroom. I decided to sleep on the couch, and my husband stayed with me, falling asleep sitting up while I was laying my head in his lap. I had no more nightmares that night, but woke up several times again that night and would see a shadow coming down the hallway. To comfort me, my husband would tell me it was just my sister who I had seen as a kid coming to see us. That helped my anxiety and allowed me to sleep, but I knew deep down that it wasn't actually her, and her appearance earlier in my life felt way different. She hadn't scared me at all. The next 3 nights, we ended up sleeping in the master bedroom, and I was finally able to sleep soundly with no nightmares or shadows. Nothing else happened during the trip except for the feeling of being watched in the bathroom. We left and went home, hoping to finally get some rest and peace from the paranormal activity. We didn't get it though, because I think they followed us home. Thank you so much for reading this, and part 2 will detail what we experienced in our apartment after we got home. And I have part 2! Don't worry. This is the second part to my story about the paranormal activity I experienced at my grandma's house and what happened to me once I got home with my husband. As I mentioned before, my husband and I lived in an apartment in another state from where my grandparents lived. The apartment complex was kind of built up on a hill, with the parking lot being higher up than our apartment. We had to walk down a flight of stairs to get to our apartment, but it wasn't underground or anything like that. The left side of our apartment was connected to another apartment, and the right side faced a wooded area. My husband and I used to play with raccoons back there with our cat's laser pointer. It's not really a part of the story, but I always like telling that. The apartment had a unique shape. It was kind of like a vertical T towards the back, and towards the front it was like a horizontal H. At the top of the H, which was the left side, was the kitchen, and at the bottom of the H, to the right, was the living room and dining room. And the T part of the apartment was a bathroom to the left, right behind the kitchen. They weren't connected because there was a small hallway between the H part and the T part. To the right, straight across from the bathroom, was the bedroom. In between the bathroom and bedroom was a laundry closet. When you went into the bathroom and stood in the doorway, you could see the bedroom and bedroom doorway in the bathroom mirror. This becomes important later on. We had been home for about a week when strange stuff started to happen in our apartment. I would go into the kitchen and find forks in the middle of the floor during the day. At first I thought it was one of my cats because he was a huge people food fan, Major Beggar. But I would always find him sleeping, and also no other silverware, except for forks, would be on the floor. This happened for about a week and then stopped. If it had been the cat, I think it would have continued on, and in other homes we lived in but never did. I'm busy! The second strange event happened soon after. I was sitting at the computer, which was against the farthest wall in the living room from the kitchen. It was across from the door that opened into our patio on the wall that connected our bedroom and living room. Kind of like another T-shape, with the door being the top and the desk being the long bottom part. I was playing Sims 3 when it felt like a huge gust of wind blew on me, and I was pushed forward into my desk. I thought maybe it had come from outside, but the door was closed and locked. Unless there was a tornado. Probably didn't have that much force to push me forward in a wheelchair on carpet. I kind of brushed this off, thinking I was tired, but then the dream started again. I had several distinct dreams that were exactly the same. This time, however, it wasn't the lady in the closet, but the male ghost and the girl ghost I mentioned before. They would come into my dreams in the doorway of my bedroom and try to talk to me, but nothing ever came out of their mouths. This repeated for several months. I think they were giving me a warning. A few days after the dreams first started, I was in my bathroom doing my hair in the mirror. I could see my bedroom like I said earlier. My cats were asleep on the bed, which I could clearly see. As I was standing there, I saw my bedroom door slowly close and then slowly open, and then a large shadow figure crossed in front of the doorway. It scared both me and my cats, and we all ran into the living room. I called my husband and told him what had happened. I then put my hair up in a ponytail and planned to go outside on the patio to smoke a cigarette because I was terrified. As I was walking out the door, something yanked my hair really hard and then scratched my back. I ran outside and cried and thought about what to do. I calmed down after like an hour, came inside and tried to make sense of what happened. I looked around and found nothing that my hair could have caught, and looked inside my shirt to see if I had a tag or something that could have scratched me, but I found nothing. I decided to email some paranormal investigators that day. No one ever got back to me, but all the activity except the dreams stopped. I think whatever dark entity was there, who I think was the lady from my grandma's house, left because they knew I was going to try to kick them out, or that the other ghosts of the man and the girl protected me. This is the end of my story. Thank you so much for reading this. It's so nice to finally be able to write the whole thing out and share it with people who might believe me. I've had other experiences since then, but nothing at my own house and nothing this terrifying. I might write up some of the other stories as a compilation, but they aren't as long as this story. I'm like curious the history of your grandmother's house, because I feel like a lot of people must have died there or must be very old. I can't remember if you mentioned if it was old or not. I have no idea. But I'm like, whenever I hear stories like that where there's like multiple ghosts and they're so distinct, like you know each of them. Because each of them appear and they're all very different. They all have different personalities, bitch, I don't know. I'm so curious the history of the house. That's just where my mind goes. But that is terrifying. The fact that it followed you home, that she really liked you. But the hanging, okay, so her hanging herself in the closet reminds me of, oh fuck, what was it called? I think it was the Netflix series Haunted. There's an episode exactly like that. It was like this little boy who, I think his family was like very poor and they lived in this house and they couldn't move out of it. And he would see this woman hanging in his closet every single night, and it progressively got worse, and she would start crawling towards his bed and all this stuff. But they weren't dreams, like these things were actually like happening. I might actually have a video talking about that episode. I used to talk about those episodes in videos because I thought they were so interesting, but I stopped watching the show. Okay, and this final story says, speaking to something through my lamp. And this one's not like super scary, but I just thought it sounded, I don't know. I read the whole thing and I was like, this is so cool. Hi again, Courtney. I literally just posted under Let's Not Meet, but I remembered I had a paranormal story I never shared on here. I don't think I've ever had any super crazy paranormal experiences, but over my life, I've had so many little unexplained things happen that I believe something is out there. This experience is definitely one of two of my craziest paranormal experiences, and it felt extremely real because I had 4 other witnesses, including one who doesn't believe in the paranormal at all. So for context, my college owns many old houses near campus that have been turned into dorms. I live in one, and many are said to be haunted. So I was down the hall in the kitchen, and when I returned to my room, my roommate, who does not believe in ghosts, told me my lamp was flickering like crazy while I was gone. My lamp is a cheap lamp from Target with a sensor in the base that you tap to turn it on. So you tap once to turn it on, again to make it brighter, a 3rd time for the brightest setting, and a 4th time to turn it off. I've never had any issues with this lamp in the 2 years I had it. The only time it turned on without my touching was when my laptop cord hit the sensor. It was super weird that it had been flickering, but I thought, it's cheap, it's probably just not a good lasting lamp. About 20 minutes later, 3 of our friends came over. Oh, also trigger warning for suicide, I believe. I think I remember that being in the story. If not, I'm just gonna cut this part out. But if this part is in there, trigger warning. About 20 minutes later, 3 of our friends came over from our other friend's house that is known on campus to be haunted. According to my friend who lives there, over 70-some years ago, there was a murder-suicide before the school owned the house, and a woman had been hung in one of the rooms that is not currently used. I also had an experience in that house where I saw a little girl peek around a wall at me in one of the bathrooms, so I fully believe that house is haunted. Anyways, my friends get into my room, and after a while the lamp starts flickering again, and we all kind of freaked out and started joking about ghosts and asking questions like, is someone here? The flickering was pretty erratic for a while, so it didn't seem like we were having a conversation, but eventually we noticed it flickered the most when we said the name of the haunted house or the word hang, which we meant in the context of like hanging out, but again, someone was said to have been hanged in that house, so kinda sus. We also noticed it was much calmer and seemed like it was actually answering questions, but only when me or my friend asked. We established turning the lamp on was a yes and turning it off was a no. Because we thought maybe the sensor was being super sensitive, we had moved everything on my desk away from the lamp and all sat away from the desk. We had seemed to get answers that someone or something was with us. They wanted to talk, and it did not like the joke name one of my friends called it. It was all super weird, but also super cool. Eventually, it just went back to being erratic flickering, so I said to turn the lights off if you're here with us. It flickered like crazy, and I said no, turn it off. And instantly the lamp went off and did not turn on, without me touching it, for the rest of the night. My lamp was completely normal for months after that, until one night it flickered erratically for 5 minutes and never flickered again. There could be a logical explanation for this, but my friends and I ruled out about any normal cause for my lamp to flicker and turn on and off the way it was. So most of us, excluding my non-believer roommate who also has no explanation, believe we spoke to someone or something that night. Now that reminds me of Stranger Things. I don't know why. I think because of well, I don't think it's spoiling anything, but when they were using like the little light thing, and then also when what the fuck is her name? Winona Ryder, Will's mom. What is her name? I can't think of her name. I'm so bad with names, it's not even funny. Like, I could watch a show and absolutely adore a show, but I will forget every single person's name. Ever. Winona Ryder, when she was like talking to Will when he was in the upside down on the wall with like the Christmas lights, I don't know, that's just what it reminds me of. Like, you're talking to someone from the upside down, bitch. That is all I'm gonna read for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any other stories you want to share with me or the community, I will have my subreddit linked down below, as always. And I said I was gonna say that at the beginning and I didn't. Whatever. I'm never gonna remember to tell you guys at the beginning of these videos. Because I have a system, I've got a system in place. I'm gonna go because I'm sweating my ass off. I turned my air down super low so that when I turned it off for the video, because for some reason, the sun has been like beating into my apartment. Like, I don't know what's going on. And so it's really hot in here. Even when I have the air set at like 70, it is so hot. And I die. Maybe my ear's broken. But my thermostat says it's 70, so I don't know. So I turned it down super low so that it could get really cold in here. It never got cold. So when I turned my air off for the video, I wouldn't die, and I'm dying. So I'm gonna go. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Except now I have an update, but I'm gonna turn my air on because I'm really hot. It's at 73. Like, that's what I normally keep it at. Oh my god, it's so hot in here. Well, if my air turns on, whatever, this is just the rambly portion. I'm officially at over a week nicotine-free, not nicotine-free, but vape-free. I'm using nicotine patches. I just kind of like, my brain automatically goes to like, I'm not smoking or vaping, so I have no nicotine in my body, but I do because I'm using patches, so whatever. Speak of the devil, I need to switch it out. I haven't switched it in a while. Probably not good. But I am using nicotine patches. Like I said, I was using the Target brand. Someone asked me what brand I was using. Pretty sure I said it. But I hit a week on Saturday night / Sunday morning. I can't remember if I stopped Saturday night or if I stopped Sunday morning. So I hit a week like Sunday, whatever. It is Monday when I'm filming this, so I'm a week and a day clean. I'm so proud. And I'm not doing that bad. I'm just having a really hard time sleeping. It's like pretty much it. But last night wasn't terrible. Like, I slept decent last night, but I've been having the craziest dreams because of the nicotine patches. And I know, like, My sister was like, I don't think you're supposed to sleep with those, but the patches say to wear them for 24 hours, and it says just to not wear it while you're sleeping if you're having sleep disturbances or vivid dreams. But I really like the dreams, so I'm gonna keep wearing it. I really like the dreams, they're so cool. I had a dream about this streamer that I watch all the time, and then like another dream about us playing hide and seek in this big hotel. I don't know, bitch, it was weird, but they're so vivid, and I remember them so clearly when I wake up, and I'm like, this is crazy. It's fun, it's so much fun. So I'm gonna keep wearing them to sleep, because I like it. I feel like I had something else to tell you, but I don't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure I had something to tell you. Maybe it was just that I hit a week. Maybe that was it. But I swear there was something else. I guess that's it then. Weems is on crack right now. You didn't see that, but he just kind of like flew across the camera. I'm gonna go though. I love you guys. I'll see you. Oh, I was gonna talk about my channel. That's what I was gonna talk about. So I was kind of in a funk for a little bit. I didn't really know what to upload, and so I was just kind of like on like rotation of 3 videos. Like it was like paranormal stories, let's not meet stories, and TikTok videos. And I'm still gonna do all those videos, but I'm gonna try to incorporate another video because I was doing like 2 uploads and then 1 upload, 2 uploads, and 1 upload per week. I wanna upload twice a week. That's just what I wanna do. And so I'm gonna try to like rotate in random video ideas, and we'll just kind of see what sticks. I also can like, I don't know, because I made a McCamey Manor video last weekend, which did really well, and I was like, oh shit, like people like, I don't know. And then someone commented too, they were like, this is great, like I needed a change. And I get that it gets like stagnant. Is that a fucking word? I don't know. It gets like very like, I don't know, boring, like when it's all the same shit all the time, and I understand that. I just didn't really know what to upload, so I was just doing the same thing over and over again. But I don't know, I'm like feeling inspired right now, so I'm gonna try to do different videos and I'll see what I like. But I have a couple video ideas for the next few weeks, and then I'm just gonna keep brainstorming as time goes on. I'm not gonna like stress myself out over it, but I just like, I don't know, things that I'm interested in, or just random videos like the makeup video I uploaded, you know, stuff like that. Just uploading an extra video. It's like what, yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. I just feel like my channel is like, I love where I'm at. Like, I don't want to grow. That sounds so weird. I would love to grow. I think it's really exciting to grow, but I never want to be like a big YouTuber. I consider myself relatively small in like the YouTube space. Like, obviously 300,000 is so many fucking people, and I can't imagine being in a room with every single one of you. It's crazy. But in a, like, just like compared to like YouTubers in general, I'm relatively small. You know what I mean? But I like that. I make a good living. I can interact with you guys. I don't feel super pressured all the time, and I don't have a lot of mean people, and I like that. I feel like the bigger you get, the more of a spotlight you're in, and there's just like more shit thrown at you, and I just can't handle that. So I like being where I'm at, but I also feel like I've been in a place where I don't even allow myself to try to grow. And if I want to continue doing this for a long time, which I do because I love this, I need to grow. You know what I mean? And so I'm just gonna, no, I'm not gonna like start uploading like fucking clickbaity shit videos. Like I wouldn't do that, or like change my channel. I don't want to change my channel, but I think I'm just gonna try a little bit harder. I don't know, I wasn't really trying before. I was just going through my subreddit, picking out stories and reading them, like whatever. I'm still gonna do that because I still enjoy those videos, and I think you guys do too. So I'm still gonna do that. I just wanna like throw in an extra video every once in a while of like something random. Not random, but like something different, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know. Do I make any sense? No, I don't. Actually, I don't. But that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna turn my hair down even more because I think I'm gonna pass out. But I'm gonna leave now. I love you guys. See ya.